Hey, good Monday morning, folks. We just want to give you a quick update on the radar, let you know what's going on outside. I am here in the Weather Center this morning with meteorologist Dave Vogan, and we're kind of tag teaming this morning's storm threat for you. So before I get started, I got the radar up for you here. I'm going to pull this Facebook Live up on my cell phone. That way I can see if you guys have any comments rolling in, any questions that you want to ask. I can try my best to answer them for you. So right now we can take a look. Looks like a new severe thunderstorm warning actually just came out from the National Weather Service. We are seeing this new yellow polygon that's flashing on the screen. So again, this one just got pushed out from the Weather Service. Let's see what they're saying. This is for Bay, Calhoun, Holmes, Jackson, Walton, Washington, Decatur, Seminole counties, a lot of us, and this is in effect until 5:15 in the morning. National Weather Service saying winds expected around 60 miles per hour. Those are going to be wind gusts right ahead of this front line. So right now the radar showing this front that's situated from kind of southwest to northeast, just a little bit west of us in the Panhandle through southwest Georgia. Most of us have not seen this thunderstorm activity begin locally quite yet. It's just off to the west, but these thunderstorm warnings are starting to creep into southern Georgia in the Big Bend. We got another warning that was just issued for parts of Baker and Mitchell counties up through parts of southwest Georgia. I can zoom in on that one for this area. So our Camilla, Newton folks up through Colquitt, Damascus, going to be seeing some strong storms. Same thing with some wind gusts expected in excess of 60 miles per hour. So far locally, we don't have any tornado warnings. We do have tornado watches in effect across the entire area until 11 a.m. And that threat is certainly still there in the forecast. Right now, what we're looking at is damaging wind potential. And that's what these storms are offering us off toward the west. So we're going to be looking at that pretty much through the remainder of your morning time. Again, the threat's already beginning as we're seeing these storms creep in. So these yellow flashing polygons that you see up on your screen, those are severe thunderstorm warnings, mainly due to damaging wind gusts, a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning here. And we're seeing this storm, this kind of line work from west to east. I could put the loop on. We'll do it over the past 30 minutes right now to give you an idea. We did have a tornado warning a little earlier off toward our west, but right now, again, this is not issued for us here. Again, Decatur County, we just see, looks like a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect there just off toward the southwest, and it's really only the very northwest sliver of Decatur County. I see you there, Laura, bringing them up. Again, it's just the very northwest corner. This doesn't include Bainbridge. Let's take a look at the tornado watch that's in effect right now across the area. We do have these watches, tornado watch until 11 a.m. Again, this is all of our Big Bend counties except Dixie County, so pretty much all of us, so Cross City not included in there, but all of southern Georgia there shaded in red, all the Big Bend shaded in red, tornado watches. Now we will continue to see these storms last through the remainder of the morning. That threat's about to ramp up right now just through areas, Mariana folks, about to get some of those storms. Again, if you guys have any questions and you want to shoot them down there, I'll do my best to answer. We do have sunrise coming up at 5 a.m. Will Tallahassee get this storm? Yes. So I got a lot of folks asking about Tallahassee. So let's talk about Tallahassee right now. We're not seeing any storms at the moment. Right now it's just a little windy outside. It's warm and it's humid. But these storms are on the way. By Tallahassee, we're getting close to sunrise. We can time it out here on your forecast and focus. This is kind of our in-house model that can forecast these storms out for us a couple days and give you a good idea on the timing. And again, it's been kind of on point with it so far this morning, getting this timing pretty good. And this has this line of storms making it into Tallahassee specifically. Once you get a little bit closer towards 6, 7 a.m., again, we're still talking 2-3 hours out here. And it does look like this line is kind of going to lose some of its severe potential for our coastal areas as you get later in the morning, which is a good sign. It does have it kind of breaking up a little bit off toward the east here. We're still seeing pretty impressive dynamics. As you can see, those severe thunderstorms are kind of chugging along into our area. So they're still holding it together, but we are looking at them kind of weakening and tapering off toward those later morning hours for coastal areas. Again, Cross City, Dixie County not included in that tornado watch. Let's go back to the current radar if you guys are wondering where the storms are in relation to you. Crawfordville, yep, going to get these storms. Pretty much everybody, I would say area-wide, we're all going to get at least some sort of thunderstorm activity. That doesn't guarantee that you're going to get severe thunderstorms, but I would expect at least a little bit of rain out of this line. So again, if you step out right now, most of us, we're not seeing thunderstorms outside. It's warm, it's humid, and it's breezy. We're going to be seeing these storms bring this potential for 50, 60 mile per hour wind gusts as they approach, so it's going to be a lot windier. And that's why we've been seeing these severe thunderstorms pick up so far. Right now, again, we got these tornado watches in effect across the entire Big Bend, but no active tornado warnings locally. You got some up through central Georgia, so that is, I would say, good news for us here locally. At this point, we're just going to be monitoring these storms. We're doing live cut-ins for you every 30 minutes on ABC 27, and we got this Facebook Live going for you now. We got severe thunderstorms. This is for extreme southwest Georgia, Bainbridge not included. Other than that, we do have just heavy rainfall on the way. Again, it's going to be not really a flash flooding threat for us. We're going to be seeing locally heavy rainfall as the storms pass. I see a lot of people talking about still having power. That's good. Again, I would not be super surprised if some of these wind gusts could lead to some localized power outages. That's not what I'm forecasting for, but we are seeing so far 40, 50 mile per hour wind gusts off toward the west, and these storms are holding on to it for now. So still seeing a tornado threat this morning. We really haven't had any activity here locally that's too concerning on the radar, at least in the past 30 minutes to an hour. We had that tornado warning off toward the west a little bit ago. Let me put the loop back on the radar, give you guys an idea. These storms right now, I believe the line itself is probably working about 35, 40 miles per hour. And the wind gusts themselves about 60, 70, no power in Seminole County. Yeah, those storms are working right through Seminole County right now. So again, localized power outages, not really going to be a huge surprise to me with these storms that are moving through, especially if you see some of those 60 mile per hour wind gusts. We got a lot of folks watching from Georgia. Again, we appreciate all you guys tuning in for us this morning. I know it's early. This storm threat is unfortunately overnight for you. Hope you all had a good Easter as well. If you guys are just tuning in with us now, we got severe thunderstorms through southwest Georgia. We got severe thunderstorms moving into these Flint River counties off toward the west here in the Big Bend, getting closer to Gadsden, getting closer to Liberty, eventually making it toward Tallahassee. Again, for the folks who are asking about Tallahassee specifically, if you're wondering when you're going to be seeing your severe weather threat in these thunderstorms, 6, 7-ish, I would say closer to 6 a.m., give or take a little bit, but that's about that time frame for y'all. So we're still about 2 hours away from seeing those storms here locally, but if you're in Marianna, you're going to be seeing those storms here in about 10, 15 minutes. No power in Bainbridge. Yeah, starting to get windy there. Those storms about to be moving into Bainbridge here very, very soon. Let's see here. Southern Georgia, most of this rain is just kind of filtering in still from the west. Thomasville, yep, you're going to get those storms in Thomasville. I see someone asking about Jackson, Georgia. I think that's a little bit out of our coverage area, a little bit off toward the north, but I would imagine, again, Georgia's seen some pretty good storms so far this morning. Thomasville here locally, I think that you're kind of on that same time frame as Tallahassee, Ava, if you're wondering about Thomasville storms, probably closer to 6, 7 in the morning. That's when you're going to be seeing that severe threat. But again, it's already windy outside, it's already warm, it's already muggy, and these tornado watches have been issued for the entire area, and these are in effect until 11 a.m. So all these counties shaded in red under a tornado watch. That means that conditions are favorable for the development of severe thunderstorms capable of producing tornadoes. So kind of your bottom line here for the storms that we're dealing with, again, it's going to be starting now. We already have these severe threats until about lunchtime. That activity will be tapering off once you get closer to 10, 11 a.m. We're going to be seeing that severe potential die down as well. What about Liberty County? No, Sheila, not in the clear just yet. Liberty County is about to see these storms, I would say, rather soon. Again, we got Liberty County right here. Storms off to the west, I would say another hour, hour and a half maybe till some of these storms start seeping into the west. Severe thunderstorm warnings are in effect just to the west of Liberty County. So we're getting closer. Let's see if anyone, again, if you guys have any questions you want to ask them, we're probably going to be wrapping this up in the next 5-10 minutes. We got meteorologist Dave Vogan here as well. He's going to be doing a live cut-in on ABC 27 at 4:30 for you. And then, of course, we'll be on Sunrise from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. In those 2 hours, we'll be giving you live radar updates and severe weather updates pretty much throughout the entire morning until this severe threat is over. So right now, if you guys are just joining us, I'm going to try to kind of wrap this up for you. Here's a look at the radar. There's just a current look, and right now, again, we have tornado watches in effect. No current tornado warnings. If there's a tornado warning, we're going to be on air on ABC 27. Nancy asked any rotation in this squall. So far, things have been looking pretty good. It's been more of a straight line wind threat for us locally. You can turn on the velocity. This kind of gives you an idea of any potential tornado development or activity in these lines, and what you're looking for here. Bright reds and bright greens, when those two bright colors kind of form a couplet, you normally have some nice rotation there in the line. And so far, there hasn't been really any concerning notches or areas through southwest Georgia or our area in the Panhandle that would show anything that looks like a tornado. Again, we don't have any tornado warnings, so that's good. That doesn't mean that it's not impossible, but right now we're still seeing the damaging wind threat. Are they weakening? Not yet. Looks like they've been holding it together pretty well. If anything, over the past 2 to 3 hours, they probably strengthened a bit, at least for the Florida counties. They've been pretty consistent for areas north of I-10. So they haven't showed any sort of general weakening or strengthening trend. They've just been kind of holding it together. So I would definitely expect that we see some more severe thunderstorms pushed east ahead of this line. We're going to be seeing these storms make it into Tallahassee. Tiffany, I see you asking about Tallahassee. I've been saying around 6-7. I think that's kind of a good time frame, give or take a little bit. But between that 6 to 7 a.m. time frame, that's when the strongest storm should be affecting most of Leon County and Tallahassee itself. That goes for Thomasville as well. Valdosta, we're talking a little bit later, probably closer to 8, 9 in the morning as the storm works from west to east. And again, the line's been moving fairly quick, pushing out wind gusts about 50, 60 miles per hour. But locally, no tornado activity yet. It's not impossible, but the main threat does look to be these damaging wind gusts. So we're going to be seeing a small hail threat. We're going to be seeing that isolated tornado threat. Damaging winds seem to be more area wide. Locally heavy rainfall for about 15, 20, 30 minutes, but it's not going to lead to any flash flooding. We're not seeing the rain kind of train in place or stick around too long to lead anything like that. So for all of our folks watching in southern Georgia, Grady County, I would say probably close to about 5:30, 6 in the morning. You got another hour, hour and a half till those storms get to you, Kaylee. Talking Grady County in between Bainbridge, Thomasville right up here. We're going to be seeing that line again, make it through Tallahassee. About 6, 7. Will it last long for us? Not really, Tiffany. These storms have been moving really quick for us. Again, our forecast and focus has that line making it to Tallahassee between 6 to 7 a.m. And then mostly by 8, 9 o'clock, the storms are gone. Again, the severe threat's pretty much right along that front edge with the potential for maybe a tornado to be embedded in there, but mainly just straight line winds. And once that front line passes, we're seeing the threat kind of over. Just going to have some thunder and lightning kind of lingering behind with some more showers. And then you should see gradual drying through the morning. So again, we appreciate you guys joining us. I'm about to wrap this up. Jackson County, Don, I'm not going to forget about you guys. Also seeing those storms. Again, this is pretty much area-wide, Bluntstown. We're seeing Bluntstown's about to get the storm soon, actually, so we'll tell you that right now, Beth. Again, Bluntstown really not that far away from seeing that activity. But area-wide, again, this is most of the Big Bend. We're talking just about all of us except for Cross City down towards Dixie County. They're not really seeing those tornado watches for you. Quincy, Terry, I would say Quincy's close to about 5:30, 6 a.m. I think that's when most of those storms will pass through. These storms aren't really lingering, that's the thing. They're pretty much passing through. You're going to get some really gusty winds ahead of that front line. But once they pass, that severe threat diminishes pretty quickly. Damaging winds definitely going to be the main threat for us as we go through the rest of the morning. Taylor County is kind of going to be seeing these storms wean off by about 7, 8 a.m., I think. But it looks like it's kind of going to pick up past Tallahassee, and our coastal areas might get spared a bit. Liberty County is going to get these storms. I would say in the next hour or so. We got severe thunderstorm warnings just off to the west of Liberty, so maybe another hour or two. Brianna asking about Quincy. Quincy's getting closer to 5:30, 6 a.m. I think that's when most of those storms will pass through around Quincy into Gadsden County. Jackson County getting the storms now. So for our folks up in Mariana, you're going to be seeing these strong to severe thunderstorms. This is a severe thunderstorm, 15, 20 minutes. And then they're going to work from west to east through the course of your morning. So again, we got a live update coming up here on ABC 27 in 5 minutes. we have Sunrise on from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. where we'll be doing live radar bumps, and we've given you those forecast updates for the entire 2 hours. Tallahassee, we've been talking about Tallahassee around 6 to 7 a.m. That's where we're going to be seeing those storms pass through Tallahassee for all those questions. So if you guys got anything bad, how bad will it get in Leon County? Tornadoes still possible through the morning, but again, our main threat's going to be damaging winds. I got you, Heather, a small storm over Valdosta. Valdosta's pretty quiet right now on the radar. We're not seeing anything in that area. So again, you might be hearing some thunder off in the distance, but locally, Valdosta, we don't have anything popping up on the radar. Valerie, gusty winds, expect gusty winds around 6 to 7 a.m. for you there in Tallahassee. So again, I'm about to wrap this up. I hope you all will tune in with us on Sunrise on ABC 27 at 5 to 7 a.m. If you guys have any more questions, again, be sure to follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, and you can always shoot us a comment, shoot us a message, and we'll try our best to answer them. Again, we got Dave in this morning as well, so 2 of us here in the Weather Center. I hope you all stay safe. Storm Shield app will be keeping you up to date. Make sure that you stay with us. I do appreciate y'all joining. I hope you'll have a good rest of your Monday morning. Stay inside and stay safe from these storms. We'll be seeing you here on ABC 27 real soon.